Everyone, we are back here with another match heading into the quarterfinals. This is the quarterfinals of the 2026 PA Collegiate Speed Chess Championship. I am Nathan, alum from Shippensburg University, and I'm here with National Master Peter Minear, and we're going to commentate on the games with Chris Giannaras from Lehigh facing off against candidate Master Josh Altman from University of Pennsylvania. How you doing, Pete?
How you doing? I still can't see either you or me, but otherwise I'm
Oh,
doing fine.
yeah, some technical difficulties. So, what's in this game? It looks like Chris has more space in the center. I don't know if you can see the games, but I can see the games on my end. Um,
Josh is playing white in the first game, right?
Correct. Yes. So
Okay.
Chris has more space in the center. Uh, but I mean, Josh seems fine. All of his pieces are centralized, and I'm not really sure what are the plans for either side at this point.
Yeah, the opening looked like it was a little weird. It was started with one knight c3, and it became an Alekhine exchange. Okay, looks like they traded bishops on a6. I was thinking Josh might play for bishop to b1 and queen to c2, going after the h7 square, but I guess
Oh,
he
okay.
thought better of that. Okay, can Chris? Okay, no wait. D4. Okay, I was wondering if he could have gotten away with queen takes a2 there without getting his queen trapped.
Huh.
We'll
Yeah,
never
it
know.
definitely seems greedy. Like it's not you're not playing in the center. So I'd be a little bit I might dismiss that on principle in a blitz game. I don't know.
Oh, by the way, now I see us. So
Okay.
whatever the
Took a
problem
second.
was,
Took a
fixed.
second, but we got
But if I'm looking at the games, I guess I'm not looking at either of us anyway.
it. Yeah. Oh man.
Okay, queen f5. So Joshua is targeting Chris's hanging pawns in the center, so-called hanging pawns in c5 and d5. Okay.
Yeah, and that hanging pawns, it could become a passed pawn, but I guess not anytime soon, from what it looks like.
Well, I mean, black can go d3 to establish a passed pawn, but it'll get stuck there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, so Josh decides not to grab the pawn. He's playing for tactics on the king side, it would appear. So his bishop takes h6. Bishop takes h6, then bishop takes g7 would be, or a rook takes c7 would be threatened as well. Okay, never mind. Chris put a stop to that.
All right. I shared the live stream with
Yeah.
some of the chats we know, some of the people we know. Um,
Oh,
it
how
looks.
do I see the chat? Or you
Oh, I
just
mean,
have to?
I just mean with in the Discord server in a couple
Oh,
places. So
I don't think I'm in the college Discord server.
yeah.
You can share with me
Is that
all
a
their comments.
did Chris blunder? Wait, was that? How come that
Oh,
bishop wasn't
it's
hanging?
rook c3, queen a1 check, picks up the rook.
Oh, okay. This is why you're here.
Okay, it looks like black has everything covered on the king side, and so his passed pawns then could become very dangerous.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I
So this
guess
is this is the 5 minute portion, right? So they
yes,
actually have time to think right now.
yes, yes. So, um, I'm not really sure what Josh can do here because Black's position seems pretty solid, and I don't really see what like after if he can push h5, I guess, but don't really see what's gonna happen after that.
True, yeah. I guess the only plan I can see for Josh would be to play h5 and bishop e5 and go after g7. But then Chris can play knight e6 and just defend everything.
Yeah, I guess like knight e6, maybe rook c6 now, and then you're gonna try to
Let's
continue
see.
attacking.
Let's see. Okay, I was gonna say Josh. Okay, Josh is trying to remove the knight and play for checkmate on g7.
I actually don't know how you're supposed to
Let's deal with that.
defend. I guess he could go queen b1 check and queen h7.
Yeah, or queen b1 check to cover the f5 square, and then rook to d7. Could that work? Because rook to d7 would allow rook e6,
Oh,
fe6, and the rook defends it from the side.
wow. I guess he
Looking
could go
for
rook d7 immediately, right? Oh, no, no, you wanted to defend the f5 square. That makes
right to
sense.
stop queen h5 check. Okay, maybe. Okay, Chris. Chris liked your idea better than mine.
Probably not. That's usually a
Okay.
bad sign. That's not usually a good sign.
Okay.
I guess there
Yeah,
could be
but
some back rank issues
right.
potentially with the queen blocking the escape square.
Yeah, the queen on h7. Yeah, that queen doesn't really have a happy face there. But I guess I mean he is threatening to go d3, d2, and so Josh has to come up with something against that.
Can you just sacrifice the? Oh, okay.
Could Chris have ignored that and played d2? I wonder.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I'm not sure. It definitely would have been a moment where I would have thought for a minute
Mhm.
and lost on time. Oh,
True. Yeah, I guess
but
time management is a thing in Blitz.
yeah, but he actually has so much time here. Like it's actually well compared to Josh. I
Uh,
mean,
yeah. So
like
Josh is like, okay, how do I continue here? How do I feel
wow.
like okay, he wants to. Could Chris have again played d2 and just ignore that pawn?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Um,
Okay, so now on rook c8, queen c8, there's bishop d6 to follow.
yeah, and you can't get your king.
Chris can still go for perpetual with queen e4 and then answer bishop d6 with looks like that's probably how the game's going to end.
Oh man, but it was so promising.
Actually, wait, no, wait. Chris is queen d4 check, picking up the bishop on
Wait, oh, he's
d6.
gonna see it? Oh no, he can't repeat. It's gonna be. Is that already threefold? Oh
I
my
guess it
gosh.
is. Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
queen d4 check, queen takes d6, and then black just wins.
Oh my gosh. I mean like
Okay,
Chris. I mean that would have really set the tone for the match early on, in my
would
opinion.
have.
Because I think like you probably don't know this, Pete, but Chris has had like if I rank like top 5 most exciting matches, like from the PA Collegiate Speed Chess Championship, the 3 years we've done it, Chris probably has the like 2 in the top 3.
Really?
Yes, because Chris like 2 matches in a row in the 2024 edition of this event, like he was down 3 points, won 3 games, lost 3 games, won 3 games, and
Oh
so
wow, I didn't know that.
so
Who were his opponents? Out of curiosity.
one of them was Ethan Gu from Carnegie Mellon University, a national master, and then there
Okay.
was another one. I forget. Was it? It might have been Jeffrey Connell, maybe, or that might have been a different person.
Okay, I
Oh,
know. I know
I think it was
Jeffrey.
Jeffrey actually. Yeah, it's really exciting matches. So I love watching Chris play. I don't know.
Cool.
And also Ethan Gu for that matter. His matches were also always fun to watch.
I remember
Um,
seeing Ethan. He was a commentator
yes,
on somebody's match. I already forgotten whose.
yes. Um, so I never
Yes.
count Chris out.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess in terms of rating, Joshua is something like 200 USCF points higher
Yeah, yeah,
than Chris.
yeah. He's higher rated, um, USCF, higher rated Blitz online, um, but I mean, I don't. But Josh has never played this format before, so I think the one advantage Chris does
Okay.
have is that he's played. This is his 3rd time playing this event,
True.
so to me, he's a veteran. He's a veteran of this format. They're both seniors though,
Hmm.
in college.
So you're saying Chris is the old man here.
Yes.
Normally in modern day chess tournaments, I'm the old man myself.
Yeah.
Unless Carl Melt is there, then he takes that title from me.
Yeah, I guess castling kingside is perfectly safe here with this completely closed down pawn structure.
Yeah,
Um,
totally. Looks like the king side is blocked, and so what pawn breaks are possible for either side? Black can go c6. I don't really see any pawn breaks for white here, so Chris will have to So he can castle safely, and yeah, it's going to be over there. So I notice Joshua apparently likes to play to develop his queenside knight on move 1 with both colors. I noticed he opened knight c3 with white and knight c6 with black.
Oh, yeah, that's a good observation. I
I don't know Kevin's games well enough to know if that's always how he plays or if he's just doing a special surprise here for Chris.
I don't know. I would feel like I would feel like it's part of his blitz repertoire. Like, and I'm interested to
Okay.
see if he'll ever change it up. Um, but so far, I mean, the positions he's got seems to be perfectly reasonable. So,
That knight on e5 looks rock solid, so I can see black pretty soon going c6, maybe b5.
wow. Um, I don't know. I've always been kind of I don't want to say uncomfortable in these pawn structures, or on the queen side, like this assortment with like a5, b6, and a3 and b4, just because I don't really know what to do. It's I'm not really sure how to improve or how to go forward from here, and I don't really know how white is supposed to improve their knight or their bishop, or I guess play for
Oh,
c5.
I see a tactical possibility. It looks like Chris might have just blundered. Yeah, there we go.
What? Oh no, the queen's undefended.
So trading the rooks on a1 to remove the defender of the queen on d4, and now he wins queen on d4.
Wow.
Yeah.
I really think Chris is gonna be kicking himself after from that first game, because I mean he must know that his position was winning, but but you know I think he's not gonna be tilted or anything after these first two games, at least
I wonder if he
from experience.
knows
But
that he missed queen d4, winning the piece at the end. I mean, he's not. You said that these players cannot cheat by watching our streams while they're playing, right?
yes, yeah. So yeah, that's a good point. He might not know, and that could be a good thing.
He'll find out when he watches we interview him post game, and he'll be like, "I forgot game 1. It was 2 hours ago. What are you talking about?" Okay, so Joshua did not play knight c6 in this game, so we have what looks like means gambit declined. It's a Carlsbad structure, but Chris decides he's playing on the king side, not playing for the minority advance on the queen side.
Yeah. So
Knight e5. Ooh, but now does black just win a piece with bishop takes e5? No, wait. Bishop takes e5, pawn takes e5, queen takes d5, pawn takes f6. Lots of
whoa. I
captures
don't.
here to calculate.
Yeah, and they're both playing pretty fast. I guess Josh is thinking for the first time, or
Fast and furious.
I think he's thinking about what you just described. Probably all these capture exchanges.
White can also, yeah, knight f6. So now black's king is going to be a wreck for the remainder of the game.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and nice use of that pin there.
Queen to b6 maybe gets black out of the annoying pin, or queen to d4 for that
Oh
matter.
yeah, I guess
But still, his king position is still a wreck.
yeah. Bishop f2 now. I guess you pick up the pawn on f4, but it still looks pretty scary.
I'm guessing just king h1.
Okay.
And okay, black can win the e5 pawn, but I would still be scared.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like how Chris isn't developed here. Well, yeah, he's gonna start completing it, but
Bishop takes f6 now.
oh yeah.
So
Oh
Chris needs to bring the queen to g3 somehow, and then it'll be game over. How does he get it there though?
oh, Josh is white in this case.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry. I'm getting okay.
yeah.
Sorry, my comments have made no sense.
No, I just realized. I was
Yeah.
like, oh. So, but yeah, Josh's position looks very, very excellent. I guess he can even rook lift,
Rook
or
lift looks good. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, even now. I guess you have to rook lift now, right?
Yeah, it would seem that you have to defend the bishop, but yeah, it's
Hey,
forced, but it's also good.
yeah, actually,
What else is Josh considering?
it looks tricky for white.
He's deciding which rook he wants to lift.
Pro- probably. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're good. I wonder what Josh was supposed to do differently, because I guess not put his queen on d2, maybe queen e2 instead. Because it felt good. Where,
Okay.
but now I feel like Chris
It,
has all the counterplay he
it
needs
would
right now.
seem that Chris would want to trade the queens to stay alive longer.
Yeah, yeah. I'm surprised he didn't take with the queen
Actually,
instead
Josh
of.
could play rook f3 now and to avoid the
Oh
queen
my,
trade.
yeah. It's a reverse. White's queen was pinned, but now it's black.
And then it just looking ahead, if rook f3, if Chris tries rook c2, Josh would have queen takes c2, winning the free rook because of the pin on the d file.
Yeah, yeah. It's tactical possibilities here. Wow.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Cutting off the bishop's retreat back to g6.
Yeah, and
And
opening up the queen to h6. That seems really powerful.
queen takes h. Yeah, okay. Joshua's taking his time putting it to good use. So now,
So, oh yeah, mate on h8 was threatened.
true. d3. I don't see any
And now
defense
rook
now against rook.
g3.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
I'm afraid this is looking over.
Wow, I'm really impressed by Josh these last couple games. I mean, saving that last game in game one, a tricky, but Chris was winning, and then these last couple games. I mean, this one seemed pretty convincing. Like it looks a bit complicated there, but he
Yeah.
navigated it perfectly. It seemed like.
Josh didn't play the obvious move at first glance. He took his time and found something better.
Yeah, so I've been loving his time
Good.
management because I mean Chris has been playing faster than Josh so far, but doesn't seem to like it has mattered that much at all.
Okay. Scandinavian with knight to f6. There's a player in Pennsylvania that we probably both know named Joe Mussarino who plays this exclusively. Um, there was another match I saw where somebody played this. I can't remember. It was Chris's first match against Kevin. Kevin played this a
I
couple
think
times.
that might be the case. I'm not sure. I've also never seen a6 and now a5 so early in the knight f6 Scandi.
Here, yeah. So white has won a pawn temporarily. Okay, black has it back. Um, okay, so I guess it's kind of a normal position. White's got more space with the pawn on d4 and try to build that into an attack some way.
Yeah,
Bishop g5, knight d2,
yeah.
something along those lines.
Does Black want to try to play for like C5 here or maybe E5?
Probably.
So I would
e5 looks kind of impossible, but
oh
yeah,
yeah.
c5 looks like a good idea. Okay, he's getting his bishop to b7 first. So, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not really sure where how Chris is supposed to improve here. I guess just
yeah,
Bishop G5 like you said
queen
could be fine.
queen e2. Yeah, okay, so by playing c5 when he did, black got his split queenside pawns. If he had played like queen c7 first, he could take with the queen and not split
Hmm.
queenside pawns. Not clear though how important that's actually going to be. Um,
Yeah, in an endgame I guess it's very important or it could be
could
important,
be, yeah.
but
Yeah, I mean, if black can get pressure on the b file, then the split pawns won't really matter that much.
oh, yeah,
Actually,
that's a
a
good point.
plan for black I can see is a4 followed by a3, trying
Yeah.
to undermine the c3 pawn.
Wow. Yeah, I and Josh agrees with you. I think is that seems like an excellent plan. Um, Not really sure how you're supposed to address that.
Maybe that could be why Chris took, so that he can preserve a tempo to deal with a3 and be able to play a3 himself.
I don't know. I guess so. But man, giving up the bishop pair in a position like this, where that light square bishop looks like it's gonna happy day always. Always feels
Mm-hmm.
just feels a bit
True.
scary.
Okay, knight g4. So I guess the only positive for Chris of giving away his light square bishop is that he has an extra knight that can cause trouble on the dark squares. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe he wants to go like c4, kick the knight away, and infiltrate on either f6 or h6. Okay, Josh is doing what I figured he was going to do. Ooh, now knight to c3 is going to be a killer, regardless of which square the rook goes to.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And it's just a fork.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly forgot that the bishop was covering b2.
Yeah, that's an
Hopefully Chris did it
important
too.
factor. Rook
Oh,
takes a2 and rook a1 looks pretty
oh,
convincing.
oh my gosh! And the queen guards h2 as well, so you can't even like get your king off the back rank immediately.
If Josh is scared of Chris's kingside play, he could always throw in bishop takes f3.
Yeah, it's not a good sign when Chris is thinking like me with with
Thinking,
with
wait,
leaving his b2 pawn here. I would have completely forgot about that, but I don't know if you
yeah, all
had
right,
many
yeah.
options.
I like Josh's move f5. It just kills any chance of shenanigans with knight f6 or bishop f6.
Yeah, I don't think I would have thought of that move. I think
Yeah, it looks like it might look like it weakens the e6 pawn, but that's not really that important here.
yeah, yeah. It's good point. Josh showing excellent understanding.
So, yeah, now I think there are multiple paths to victory. Okay, he's like, I don't care about the e6 pawn. And note that Chris will not have a chance of a smothered mate because Black has the queen and rook defending f7. Right? If the queen was gone,
Yeah,
there would be queen e6, queen g8, knight f7 checkmate, but that's not going to happen, I don't think.
yeah. I just work at one like you were describing earlier. Yeah, this is
So, you were mentioning that there was match strategy. Like if Chris by now surely realizes he's lost, but is it in his interest to resign and start the next game right away, or is it better match strategy to prolong this game and reduce the number of games that can be played?
yeah. I think part of it goes down to if you're not tilted at all, then I think you should just resign and go on to the next game.
Oh.
But
So you think that if he is tilted, which he very well could be, that playing it on a few more seconds just to control his emotions before starting a new game?
yeah,
Is that what you're saying?
I think that's 100% good. Or just like just leaving, not making a move for a minute because you have more than a minute on the clock. Like you could also do that. Josh could do that too if he wants to. If he likes his lead and could just like draw out a winning position or a losing position. But like I said, I'd never count Chris out. He's down 3 games, but never counting him out.
These guys don't take the sportsmanship too. Like if Chris were to sit for a minute, don't worry, his opponent's going to think that's bad sportsmanship.
I don't
Or
know.
is that an accepted part of match strategy?
It it could be, yeah. If your opponent gets mad at you
Yeah.
waiting, it could be. I don't think they're thinking that deeply about it.
Okay,
Probably,
probably true.
probably they're just trying to make the best moves. But I like to think about it because I got nothing better to do. So-
Absolutely, yeah. Well, what else do we talk about for 2 hours, right?
yeah, this bishop, Josh's bishop, is not impressing me right at this moment. I guess he go bishop a3 though. So I guess, or man,
Okay, yeah, it looks good for Black. Black's got space in the center. Yeah, White's bishop on b2 is not that happy right now. Three, so Chris has to decide: do I take on f3 and try to cash in and win the pawn? It requires a lot of counting.
that does require a lot of
Black
counting
has 5 pieces on d4. I think Black just win this pawn? Actually, Josh could insert bishop takes c6 though.
if he wants to. I guess he doesn't. I guess he could just give up the pawn
Really,
and
that's going to lead to yeah, the looks like this could peter out into equality. I mentioned that line once, right? So Black will win the d pawn, White will win the c pawn, and they can do the proverbial handshake and go on to the next game.
Yeah, I think once we start getting into, I keep thinking about Justin Lee's matches from last year,
Hmm.
um, and how he kept winning like equal-ish end games, like Magnus style. It felt like to me.
So yeah,
I'm sure he would disagree, but but to me, I was like, wow, this is like this guy. He's winning like equal Rook end games, equal Bishop end games, like, and so we'll see if Josh can do this too.
I guess one sign of a strong player, which Justin is that they tend to be good grinders.
Yeah, yep, absolutely. And
Well, we have it in balance at least. Well, actually, no longer. So
it was there for a second. So yeah, I'm
yeah,
interested to see how
so,
long
so
Josh wants to play this out.
yeah, I don't see any realistic chance at all for either side.
Yeah, that's I would agree with
Now that
that.
I've said that, I'll probably watch them prove me wrong.
Nope,
All
they
right.
agree. They don't want to play this. So yeah, that's where if from a match perspective, if Josh did care about any game strategy or match strategy,
True.
he might want to draw that out, but he's not thinking. I don't think
Right.
he's thinking about it.
Yeah, a little bit of an uncommon opening here. This is the check perk. So a regular perk, black would play 3G6, but this is the way. I mean, I think white's supposed to be better, but some strong players have used this in serious games, and this is a blitz match. So
Yeah, I'm trying to think what if Justin did this too, but I
king to
know.
D good here for white.
Yeah,
Two couple things. Defends the A2 pawn. It also sets up ideas of knight to D5, where if
yeah.
queen to D2, it's not checked, so white can insert knight takes E7 potentially.
No, yeah, that's a great point. I guess
Actually,
by
though, a problem is if king to B1, B4, that knight would have had no safe squares to go to. So,
yeah, I guess you would have
oh.
to Chris would have to realize that.
So I'll say that my king to B1 idea, it's often good in this type of position, but not in that exact position because it would have gotten the knight trapped.
Well, wait, would it
But
have
I
though?
think
Because
about
that knight d5 is still works though, right? If king b1 and b4 immediately, so it still should.
oh well, if B4, then black could just play pawn takes D5.
Oh, the queens aren't seeing
So
each other.
so I guess Chris
Yeah.
figured this out, and he was correct to not play
Yes, he's not playing like
anything
me,
like
which is
that.
a good sign for him. Yeah, that's.
Okay, all right. So now White's building up a little something on the king side.
Do you?
Knight F5, G5, G6, or H6, something along those lines.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, this f5 square looks great. Um.
I don't know if I would have traded the bishop on A6 though, because now black has knight C4.
Oh,
Although I
yeah.
guess black could have traded on F1 and gone knight C4 anyway if he wanted to.
Well, I guess if knight c4 now, I guess queen e2 would pin the.
That is true, yes, because but black would like to go. Actually, black would like to go knight C4 and queen A2 maybe to
Oh,
checkmate on B2. Actually, I'm not sure what Chris does against that. If knight C4, queen E2, queen A2. Play C3, but that just opens up his king further.
wow. I think you're
Okay,
right.
G6. G6. Okay, I like G6. One of those kingside files will open up now, no matter what.
Oh my
You
gosh,
know,
Josh
I
found the
like
plan. I
queen to
think.
G2 now. Queen G2 would threaten mate on
Oh,
G7.
oh, different move order. I think Chris is doing, but
Yeah,
still
I
the
think
same
I might have
idea.
played queen G2 first
Hmm.
because now black has an additional defense of rook G8 if queen G2 now.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
This is just all I'm seeing. Of course, I'm probably missing a lot. But don't tell Stockfish I said.
No, I think you're right. I think Queen G2 first does seem pretty good. But now I'm really scared of your idea earlier, which was Queen A2 now. Next coming up for black. I'm not sure what white does.
Yeah, he doesn't. If he plays either B3 or C3, then that just opens it. Things up. If he goes B3, he's giving black a hook to play A5, A4.
Hmm. Well, at least it
Oh, well,
forces Josh to respond.
all
But
right.
Probably still not
Can
good.
Chris go F4, try to take on E5 and go Rook F1? Like he needs as much as many openings on the king side as he can get. And he needs them quickly before Josh kills him on the queen side.
Yeah, no, that's a great point. I'm just trying to think if like I think probably Chris is thinking about Queen A2 and C3 maybe is what he's thinking about, and
That
like
could be, yeah.
because he's
That
trying to figure out like how do you respond to that huge threat? I mean,
necessary. Okay, all right. I like this. Taking on E5. So I said he needs to open stuff while he's opening up the D file. He might still go F4 after the recapture. So there's possibilities now of things like knight takes E7, followed by a check on G5, F4, E5. So yeah, I guess Chris is still alive, I think.
yeah, I mean he thought for a while there, but I think that was probably a great use of time because because it's a type of position where if you don't use your time and make a bad move, you lose immediately. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, might as well use the time. It doesn't help you if you take it to the locker room with you. And that's why I heard a sportscaster say about taking the team's timeouts. If you don't use them, there's no use having taken them in the locker room.
I like that.
Okay, so Queen A2. But now thanks to his pawn D4 move, Chris has bishop to D4. This could get interesting. If bishop D4,
Oh,
C5. Okay, now we have a fight on our hands now.
oh my gosh.
I guess Chris can always play C3. Well,
And like trade on E5 and then play C3.
or C3. Yeah, it's right.
Wait, I'm noticing that along the second rank, the B pawn is pinned. I mean, I don't know if that matters at all, but I guess if he does play C3, if pawn takes, I guess he would want to play knight takes C3 anyways. But B takes C3 is not even possible
It's
with
not
the
possible, right? Well, then,
yeah
yeah, the knight C3, if queen A1, knight B1, so Chris is still barely hanging on there.
yeah
So I guess he's deciding, do I play F takes E5? Do I play bishop takes E5? Do I have some like last ditch like check or something?
yeah no, it's very scary.
I'm
I'm
not,
really
I'm not seeing anything immediately for white, which means he could just be trouble.
yeah I it really does seem like C3 trading the bishop and playing C3 is the only way to survive, but I'm not sure. So, I mean, Josh definitely does not want to push B3. So, yeah, he
Actually, yeah,
takes.
okay, rook to B8 looks pretty direct and immediate for Josh. What does Chris do after rook b8? Rook h2.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, what else? Man, I mean, this is really the story of the two knights here. I mean,
Okay,
look
well,
at
okay. Chris does
the
have the idea of rook to d7
up to
because
D7.
rook
Wow.
takes b2 doesn't. I mean, like, but black needs like two moves to mate. Rook takes b2 and take on b1. So, okay, Chris defends. I was thinking if rook d7, rook b2, rook e7 check, king f8. Question is, does Chris have anything like really quickly after that?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's
Sure, yeah.
tough to play. Because if you don't, you're gone. Your game's over.
My old brain needs more time to figure that kind of stuff out.
Yeah. Think
Okay, so
the
Josh has a time advantage in this kind of position that very well may be relevant.
wow.
Ooh, knight a3, nice. So if pawn takes, then what does Josh have?
I
Rook takes b1, followed by rook to b2.
and then if
Rook
you
takes g2, rook takes a1, rook takes h2. Black ends up winning the rook at the end.
yeah, I think you're right. Yeah.
And I don't see a way that Chris can actually guard the b1 knight. And
Wow. Yeah, we're
Yeah,
just
knight a3.
wow. I mean, Josh just keeps navigating the complications perfectly. It like if I was Chris, I would almost be a little bit frustrated. Like,
Yeah, long time. Yeah, well, knight a3, that's a really nice move.
wow.
You don't award like a prize for the best move of the day or something?
No,
I
no,
would have
man.
to nominate that as a candidate if there was such a thing.
What was I'm trying to remember? There were some other really good moves Josh did already in the prior games though. But maybe that was the best.
Other than f5 in Josh's game with the white pieces again in
Yeah,
the
that was
King's
really
Gambit
beautiful.
declined.
Yeah, that was really beautiful. But yeah, I guess 9 is definitely the flashiest. Um,
So we have some slow line of the Roy Lopez. Okay, the Breyer defense, which I've known Chris to play this with the black pieces. He's taking 2 moves to reroute his knight from c6 back to b8 to d7. The point being that it does on d7, it does not interfere with the bishop on b7. And also, if black ever decides to go rook c8, which seems less likely now because they traded on c5, but in a different situation, if they traded pawns on d4, opening up the c file, the knight on d7 would not get in the way of rook c8. So that's the
mm,
rationale behind why black would waste 2 tempi to reroute the knight over to d7.
yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I know that it's an idea in some Roy Lopez positions to go knight back to b8, but that was a great explanation there
Okay.
for the layman
So,
like me.
so black's knight is on c5, where it eyes d3 and b3, so that's well placed. Now, white has the advantage on the king side, so I'm expecting we might see knight h2, knight g4, trying to get the queen
Mm,
into g4. Well, actually, right now, white is faced with an attack on the e4 pawn. So he wouldn't want to retreat his knight back to g3, but it might be necessary. It does.
yeah, and White's position looks pretty solid here. So I'm not really sure. Like,
Okay, g6, that takes away the f5 square from white's knight forever. So white's knight on
mm,
g3 really doesn't really have any great places to go now.
I see. I
And also allows black to bring his bishop to g7. We've given the option of it anyway.
Yeah, I mean, do you really want to put your bishop on g7 though? I guess I don't know
Maybe
where else
not.
it
Yeah, maybe
belongs.
not, because yeah, the e5 pawn is fixed. Okay, so Josh goes h4. He wants to probably go h5 to soften up black's light squares. Yeah, I feel like this position, except for game one, this may be one of the better positions that Chris has had thus far in the match.
Yeah, and that rook on d8 though, like it's not really doing anything.
Yeah, yeah, I like
Um,
black. I like black right now.
Although I guess that was the idea. The idea of rook d8 was to guard d3 more. So
Mm-hmm. Bishop c5 hitting f. Okay, actually, what white's attacking the knight 3 times. So okay, so black cashed in, trading his knight for obtaining the bishop pair. So it's the dark squares in particular, like the a7 to f2 diagonal, maybe that's what black has in his favor.
yeah, I mean, definitely seems like a
Bishop c5 and knight to g4 comes to mind.
yeah, I like it. Yeah, it will force White to play a bit more passively. And if White ever takes on g6, then the f file could open up for the queen to go to.
True, yeah, yeah. So Chris is taking his time here. I suspect that he realizes that he's got a good position, but he's trying to figure out
Other
exactly
knight to
what's the best way to
d3.
handle it.
I
Okay, knight to d7. Let me think where he's going. So he's going to c5 and maybe d3,
mm,
maybe e6 and f4, because that knight has lots of possibilities.
oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I even f4. I wasn't even thinking about f4 at the end of the day, but possibly.
The
But
the downside of knight d7 though is he is sort of abandoning his king side. So
yeah,
Josh is going to try queen g4 maybe to.
yeah, now you gotta start doing a little bit of defense. I guess queen c6 maybe. Um,
Biggest problem I can see with Josh's position now is his bishop on c2. If that bishop could, like, if he could have his bishop on g4, or anywhere connected to the king side, that would be great. But right now his bishop is kind of shut out of things.
Yeah, rook d1 timely there by Josh because pinning the knight to the
Mhm.
rook. So like
Although
really,
bishop c8, Chris wanted to discover attack with his knight on the white queen, but now that's Josh ruled that out.
yeah, and now queen f7 looked a little bit scary, but I guess
Well, queen f7, he could still play queen f7. Wonder if the queen f7 followed possibly with a sacrifice one of the knights to f5.
oh
If
wow.
G takes f5, E takes f5, then the bishop on c2 that I just mentioned was dormant. That could suddenly return to the game.
Oh wow. So yeah, so
Yeah,
that's why Chris is like trying to trade off the queen immediately.
yeah. I like Chris's response to stop those shenanigans before they get started. And if queen takes, bishop takes, the bishop will guard the rook on d8, which will unpin his knight.
And actually, before we get too far, there's only 2.5 minutes left of this first time control, so this could be the last game of the first time
Okay.
control.
Well, then they have an optional 5-minute break
Yep,
afterwards.
yep. I assume Chris is gonna take it. I don't know how Josh feels. I think when you're winning, I think at least from my perspective, like keep it going, don't stop. You don't want to
Right.
change the rhythm at all.
And I
So
remember in the Alex Doroselski Michael Clark match, both players declined the break.
yeah, so it's very possible, but I think Chris will probably take it. Um, yeah,
I, I, I remember I made the observation that they declined the break because they have to get back to their homework, right? Okay, so it looks like we may see the e4 and e5 pawns getting traded for one another. I guess in theory, that would open up the position, and in theory, opening up the position could be favorable to Black's extra bishop, but also the concrete features and position matter, like what's hanging. Is Black going to have problems with the g6 pawn if White plays?
mm.
Wait, if f3 though, if f3, a good response would be bishop to b6, and then White has suddenly problems with his e3 knight.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So Josh is probably thinking about those things right now.
Although I kind of like that. I actually don't mind that for white though, because even if you do lose your e3 knight, you do win the e4 knights, and then you would have like a knight versus bishop ending where I find those tricky.
It may, yeah, with White would have a e4 pawn and Black would have 2-1 on the king side. I mean, it may still be drawn,
Hmm.
which it may well be drawn in any case. Okay, Black is probably wanting to go b4 to somehow set that up in a favorable way. Okay, I like. Or I'm sorry. Okay, Josh is White, Chris is Black. I keep getting that mixed up. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Um,
Yeah.
okay, well, b4 for Black seems like, I mean, if you're gonna try to win this,
Oh, so like b4 now.
yeah, b4 now. Yeah, c4 is covered. C takes b4, bishop b2. Well, I don't know if it's that great. I mean, Black has a pass pawn, but White's got it covered, and White's got a pass pawn now too. I mean, Chris must realize that if he wants to get back into the match, then he has to win one of these games, and he's got at least a chance to win this one, maybe.
Yeah, and so far she's just got 2 draws, so he can't. He's gotta force something to happen to
Actually,
your
bishop
point.
to c3 or bishop to a. Well, actually, okay, b4 pawn might die, but okay, so Josh is counterattacking g6. Okay, and if Chris plays either minor piece to e4, then the c4 pawn will drop.
All right, and the time control is officially over. So after this game, uh, I'll talk to the players for a second and see if they want to take their break or not.
Okay. Ooh, now White's the knight on d6 is, if it can remain there, will controls both b5 and b7.
Oh
Okay,
no. Okay.
this looks like it's drawn. The opposite color bishops seems to guarantee a draw. White's.
So actually, I actually saw that Chris offered a draw. and then made a move
Okay.
which declined the draw. But I think
We canceled the draw
Josh is
offer. Okay.
deciding if he wants to try to win this or just to
Yeah.
just to move forward with the draw. I think that it looks like they're going to be playing this out for at least a little bit longer.
Josh maybe might be thinking that being the higher rated player and with the one who's an extra pawn, he should play on. Yeah, I don't know how much they care about that type of chess etiquette, but I would have a hard time seeing Josh winning this, especially because Chris's king is a lot more active.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
So Josh does have two passed pawns now, but Chris can use his H pawn as a decoy. Like if the H pawn was gone, what white could bring the king up to like C5 and go for that, but he can't. Okay, so they agreed to a draw. I heard Chris's voice there say break.
Okay,
Are we off
I
the
was
air now?
muted. No, I was muted with. I'm just gonna tell the audience. So they accepted the 5 minute break because I was muted for the stream. They accepted the 5 minute break, so we will resume the games in 5 minutes at 5:55. So stay tuned for more.
Okay. Oh, so that means
So Pete, how do you think the players have been playing so far? What is Josh doing better than Chris here?
Oh yeah, I guess they're both. I haven't seen any either of them doing anything really stupid so far. So they're. I guess I can say therefore they're both playing well.
Yeah,
Um,
for me personally, I'm really impressed with like I think besides the first game, Josh hasn't had like a significantly worse position outside of that.
right. Yeah, he's. I mean, Josh seems to play some offbeat openings, but he seems to know them well. And I mean, yeah, I guess there's not really one aspect of the game that just jumps out. He's preparing his attacks and he's following through.
Yeah,
Some of the games have
yeah,
been complicated. It's just little things here and there. Really, it's hard to pinpoint just one specific part of the game.
yeah. Okay. So looks like the players are ready. So I'm gonna talk to them for a second, and then let's resume the games. Alrighty. So we are live once again. The second time control has started. They started a whopping 30 seconds early, but that is a-okay.
Oh, I
And
see. Okay. I just mentioned about Joshua playing unusual openings, but know them. So here we have Larson attack with B3.
yes, um, I think I have a horrible record against the Nimza Larson. Well, actually, I haven't played that much, but out of all the classical games, I think I'm either 0-3
Okay.
or because
Yeah, I guess there's several things Black can do against it. I guess playing E5 is arguably the most principled because putting the bishop on B2, White's trying to control the E5 square, and Black just says, "I'll occupy that square right away." And some of those lines get sharp. I guess if Black wants something simple and safe, Black can play like a revert a London setup against it. Slav London setup with D5 and Bishop F5,
hmm,
using the fact that because White's arguably most principled reply against that is to play C4 and like Queen to B3. But since he's played pawn to B3 already, the Queen can't come to B3 anymore. That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah. So, but Chris went for a setup with an early E5 though, um, and
I mean, I guess Josh is he probably doesn't know what, if any, preparation Chris did, and so he's probably choosing these offbeat openings to avoid any prep Chris might have done. And so if he plays one offbeat opening consistently throughout the match, then Chris will get a hang of it. But by choosing a different offbeat opening for one or two games each and then switching to something else, it kind of throws his opponent off balance.
yeah, yeah. I think Josh is probably just testing the waters, seeing how Chris responds
Mhm.
in every type of position. Like, do you respond well here? Do you respond well here? And trying to just find anything that Chris will really screw up in. And so
Then
far,
we
Chris
get
has
to the
not been
bullet
screwing up.
portion where neither player has any time to think. Then he'll just remember what works and roll with it. So
Yeah,
Chris's position seems okay here, though.
yeah, yeah. It
What
looks pretty solid, and everything is centralized. Can't really
White
complain
does
about that.
have the rook versus queen alignment on the C file, but if knight to B5, just queen to D7, and then the knight would have to go away. So bishop D6, bishop E5, get those bishops off. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, that seems pretty reasonable. I guess maybe Chris is trying to go for queen f5, maybe.
Yeah, it looks that way. Yep.
Now you have greater control of the e4 squares, so maybe
See,
you
also
can.
the a5 pawn is covered, so that means bishop to b6. Bishop to b6, I
Ah,
guess, could be annoying to wrestle away control of the d file. Though
yeah.
even if the a5 pawn doesn't hang.
Oh, yeah. So I was gonna say that like the d7 square is covered by the knight, but now he's trading off the knight. So now, um, wow, he's trading everything actually.
Okay, yeah, this endgame looks fine for black.
Oh
I know
man,
that there are some cases where the queen and knight in tandem work better than the queen and bishop in tandem, but the
yeah,
pawn on c6 does, I think, a good job of restricting white's knight on c3.
yeah. This is a no pun intended a nightmare scenario for me
Yeah,
against any master.
okay, yeah, now
I feel like I've
queen,
gotten
I
like
was gonna say
this.
queen to c2, intending a check on the back rank, looked like it may have been annoying for white,
Yeah, yeah, and then
but it's
because the
definitely
bishop can also
black
head
is
over to
solid.
c7 to attack h2 as well. So
One thing that black might want to consider, I was going to say, is playing like g6 or h5, creating some luft on the king side.
yeah, now because Chris didn't do that, it looks like he's going to be forced to trade queens.
Trading queens might actually help white because the knight comes to e4, and then from there it can go to either d6 or c5.
Yeah,
Actually, queen takes e4, knight takes e4, bishop e7 would have been okay for black. Okay, what he did looks good as well.
yeah. So even though Josh is down a lot of time, it's like a lot less meaningful
Yeah,
because it looks like queens are going to get traded.
and that
So
now, if Chris had made one left move, the knight on c3 would have been hanging.
yeah, okay, yeah. You couldn't go knight c5 because of bishop b6, I guess.
So even still, I like black's. Black's king is coming out very fast. So I can't say that black is winning, but
And they have
black
the queenside majority too.
black looks like the one who is pushing for the win, if anybody is.
Okay, wow, that was
Although
a timely move because the king was forced to defend. I guess maybe g6 now, so then you can go back to d5 maybe.
g6, that makes sense.
Oh man,
Or I wonder if they'll just. I wonder if knight to d4. Okay, there.
attacking b5 and f5 at the same time. So
White could
now,
give black some nightmares here. Actually, wait. Okay, trade pawns and then h5 would give black a passed h pawn.
um,
Knights are known to be not very strong against h pawn rook file pawns.
yeah, yeah.
And of course,
Um,
they both have under 20 seconds left, so it's becomes at this point like they're rolling dice.
okay, so all the wow, so many pawns got traded.
Chris is a math major. I'm sure he will like when he hears me say it's a roll of the dice. Okay,
Wait, that's a
now
fork.
it's.
Wait, no, that was a fork. That was a
Oh,
fork on
you're right.
e4. Oh,
You're right.
oh my gosh.
Wow.
Oh man. Okay, so but wait,
Actually, the
that
knight on
knight.
c6 now is perfectly placed to restrict black's bishop.
Oh my god, I can't believe that. Okay.
Actually, to f2, so I guess black can barely hold on that way.
Okay. Just he's got to make sure not
Actually, no, he
to.
can't. Wait. Bishop takes. No, actually, no. It's king d5. Okay, this is too fast and furious for me.
Wow. I mean, don't
Okay,
flag. Oh
okay. So
man.
black is going to get back just in time to hold
He's
the
gotta
draw.
move. He's gotta move. He's
Oh, I'm
gotta
not
not
looking at the
flag.
time. Oh
Oh my
wow.
god. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Whew. I
Okay,
was. There was some moves where he had like point
there
five
you go.
seconds then.
Most exciting game of the match.
Man, those knights. Those knights.
Whoa.
uh,
Okay, so Scandinavian. This is now a Caro-Kann exchange variation by a weird order of moves, and they both are playing very quickly.
yeah, I've been thinking about playing the e6 exchange caros without developing a light square bishop because sometimes you can get your minority attack rolling faster, and it's just a different way to
Okay,
play.
interesting. It is a different way to play. Yep.
Because I get tired of this playing the same exchange variation Karakhan. So I've been thinking about playing the e6.
That's one of those relatively new ideas, possibly engine driven. But that knight on e4 looks pretty good. If white takes it, then his knight will have to go back to h2.
Hmm.
f5. Okay, so black is this reminds me of the Stonewall Dutch. Black's bishop might now reroute itself to e8 and to h5.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Knight
this
b4.
pawn structure is always a bit scary for me. With the d5 and f5, or on the white side d4 and f4, I find myself having trouble sometimes against those type of pawn structures.
Mm. Interesting position here.
Is there any downside to taking on f4? I guess the queen gets
Yeah, I
in,
was going
but
to say, I think white would be happy to get his knight into e5 by way of trading on f4. So bishop f4, queen f4, okay, knight e5 immediately would drop f2, but queen e3 first, and then regardless of whether black trades or doesn't trade, white's going to get the e5 square.
yeah, and Josh has been playing so solid right now. I would love to hear what Chris is thinking. And I would definitely ask him after the match is over. Just like because against someone like Josh, like you have to score your wins. You're down 4 points, but like so far, I mean just this just looks like another equalish position. But I guess that Leicester bishop is pretty bad.
Okay.
Um,
Josh may have f4 in mind to do something on the f file even without the queens on. But although f4 would allow knight g4, and then suddenly both of Chris's knights are staring down at the e5 square.
yeah, yeah, and so yeah, maybe f4 isn't that good. Because I like how the knight on e3 doesn't have any forward momentum at all.
True, that knight is not well placed at the moment.
And I love Josh's move, bishop a4 too, stopping Chris from going pawn a4 and making sure that Josh's bishop is always not as bad as it otherwise would have been.
Yes, it's a in theory that's I guess you could say it's a bad bishop, but it's about the best bad bishop that could ever exist.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
exactly.
a good bad bishop. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
Okay, so Josh does have some stuff on the king side going on.
Yeah, it feels a bit weird to play that move after playing rook f e8, but
He,
I guess the position's
he,
slow, so it
he
doesn't.
f4 someday, h5, g4. Actually, by
Wow,
playing f4 now, Josh's knight now has a new
e3
path to
square.
f5 and d4.
Oh
Actually, if he goes
yeah,
to f5
d4
now, yeah,
too.
what does Chris do about that?
Yeah,
He can't.
wow. I
That came very quickly and suddenly.
it did. I and so
Okay, the bishop. Okay, so interesting. Is
oh, the bishop was hanging. I didn't even see that.
there any chance of Chris trapping Josh's bishop? No, not, well,
um, it looks kind of close actually.
so he can defend it with knight takes d4. So
Oh,
maybe
okay.
it's not possible. 90. Oh, no, okay, 92. Well, yeah, then that the bishop will get out. Yeah, it looks like the bishop is going to get out.
Man.
So, assuming that black's pieces can both get out, then black just have a good game.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, if I was Chris, I probably would have taken that knight instead of that bishop because
Yeah,
this knight is has some beautiful squares
true.
coming
Yeah,
up.
the knight. Yeah, the knight at e3, g3. Yeah, might have been. I agree with you.
But
Yep.
it's tough. It's tough to decide that because I think Chris wants to maintain his time advantage, and because I mean if you have a bad position, that's bad. But if you have a bad position and you have no time, that's
That's
a
true.
it's a tough balance. It's a tough balance.
I should take your advice. I'm usually the one low on time. But
Well, hopefully you have a good
that's
position.
in tournament games, right? It's been years since I attempted to play bullet. Like I would lose on time after about 10 or 15 moves against either of these players. Ooh, but bring rook to a7, and black can't play rook b8 because of knight to d7.
Ah, yeah, that's a really awesome idea. But I guess now the knight to oh no,
Knight.
knight can't go to d6.
Okay, so they traded. So Chris is trying to just eat the c4 pawn, or now he's not. I was expecting rook a to c1 there.
Oh, that makes sense. That would make sense. I actually don't see why.
Okay, even now rook to a4.
Rook to a4. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. It's not too late. And maybe this move order is good because you force the rook onto the on the b8. So could actually be a good thing.
Interesting. So trading king d5.
I don't know how he's gonna keep his pawn advantage. Or
is Josh going to be able to just round up that pawn? Yeah.
yeah. Can you push to b6? I don't know if that's worth it at all.
Could be, yeah, but black will be able to hold that. Okay.
See, and now Chris's time usage is kind of paying off.
So rook d2. Why doesn't Josh go king c5?
King c5.
Which he could have done a couple moves ago.
Yeah, maybe he's gonna do it now. I don't know. I don't see why not. I guess the downside is that now the king is cut off from the rest of the pawns, so the king cannot go back to the king side so easily.
This is probably still theoretically a draw, but with 12 seconds, who the heck knows, you know? Yeah, yeah, this has to be White's king is where it needs to be. So, you know, I think it's
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I was gonna say it was smart for Chris to keep Josh's king cut off, but Josh's king managed to get through anyway.
Yeah,
but yeah, this looks like this is going to be a textbook Philidor draw.
Whoa. Okay.
Let's.
So getting your king to e3, winning the e3 pawn.
Ooh, I'm not sure. Chris might have needed to play rook e8 there to keep Josh's king out. Like he took the g5 pawn, but
and then we basically start in the position.
Actually, never mind. Okay, this is still okay. Yeah, this is so f3 rook b8. So this is still a draw.
Okay.
I'm not sure if Chris gave Josh any chances at any point there or not.
All right, there you go.
There you go. So you're teaching a kid how to play chess. Just show him this game and say this is how you draw the Philidor position.
Yeah.
I'm sure you always look for teachable moments from these games, right?
Yes, yeah. The Philidor classic classic drawing position that I have lost before. Well, not in a while though. So.
Before I like how we are seeing a variety of openings. That's how most of the matches go, right? Nobody likes to play the same opening for like 20 games in a row.
It depends. I think like Corey from who was I think a PhD student at UPenn last year. He played. I think he played the same openings. Michael Clark played the same openings, but all of like Justin Lee, Mitch Fishbein, and now Josh. They always changing up every game. So
it's different schools of thought. I mean, for anybody who's lower rated, if you play play one set of openings, you get to know that set of openings well. The downside is in a match format like this, where the players can prepare for one another. It's easy for them to prepare for you if you only have a narrow set of openings.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that c5 move, I was thinking that black might either want or need to retreat the bishop back to e7. So with c5, he's kind of shut that dark square bishop off from being able to cover the king side.
Yeah, I was gonna say the exact same. Oh, well, not the exact same thing, but I was actually. But c5 is kind of a shocking move to me.
Okay, I'm sure Chris wanted to open his light square bishop on b7. That's why he did it.
Yeah, and he hasn't committed his king. Oh, he has committed his king.
He can also just take on c3 anytime he feels like it. So okay, I guess this is okay for black.
Yeah, I don't like how he can't get out of the pin though. So
okay, now that Josh has castled, that knight can move. So if Chris wanted to play bishop takes c3 to rid himself of his bishop, yeah, he missed his chance to do so.
And yeah, that bishop looks short on squares. A3 now. Oh no, I guess the b2 pawn.
Well, even if he doesn't lose the bishop, just the fact that it can't really do anything is gonna hurt him, I feel.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the bishop on white's dark square bishop seems to be a lot more useful than black's dark square bishop right now, at least.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, he got out of the pin.
although
Um,
that bishop is kind of in the way, black's other pieces are all pretty happy. I think the rook on b8, the queen on e5, pointing towards b2. The knight on f6 can hop into e4. So black is doing all right.
oh yeah, so
Okay, so
this is
Josh is
interesting.
looking to invade the queen side.
Oh yeah, the rook
Rook
can take on
a7.
a7. Huh.
Interesting. I wasn't sure if this was going to trade a take on b4 or not.
Yeah, and I guess you probably don't want to venture out to queen to b2. That seems like your queen could get trapped, but I guess it's good.
Yeah,
Yeah, actually, I think it's trapped immediately. Actually, so
yeah. I'm not sure what white does here. Like, it's hard for white. I mean, white would like to push the king side pawns, but how can he actually do that without,
oh
like,
no way.
if he goes f4, e3 will hang.
Honestly, as Josh, I might just spend a minute and
Might
30 seconds here. Well, actually, no. Actually, it's
might
not. It's
you might
not.
just
It's
go
not a
bishop
third rook
g3 and
situation.
repeat the position and move on to the next game.
Yeah, I mean, Josh has nothing to prove. He's 4 points up.
Yeah, yes. Given the match situation, yeah. I'll if I'm Josh, I'm happy to draw every game and win the match, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would be very impressed if that happened because so far, like, it's been last game was a draw. This game could be a draw. How many games recent? How
So
many?
Chris doesn't have any wins, right? But he has what, 2.5 points, so
Yeah,
5 draws. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah. I I guess that's what Josh is thinking about. Is Bishop H4? Is that a threefold? If Bishop H4 right now?
Um,
Um.
Bishop. Yeah, I guess it would be. They have
Oh,
to claim it, right? The server doesn't automatically do it,
I
does
no.
it?
I think the server does
It
automatically
doesn't.
do it. I
Because in
think.
USCF rule, it's not automatic. The player has to claim it. Maybe chess sites are different. Okay,
Yeah, I
French.
think Chess.com does it different.
I
I'm
haven't
not
seen a
100%
French
sure though.
site yet. Knight d2, possibly the safest option. No, a6. That's a
Okay.
rare move. I think c5 is the main line after knight d2. Knight
Yeah.
f6 and bishop e7. It's because the knight on d2 does not immediately pressure d5 in the way that knight c3 would. Black therefore has a greater latitude of responses against knight to d2.
Hmm. Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, interesting decision now. So Josh is giving himself an isolated d pawn and banking on his superior piece activity to compensate for the static weakness on d5.
Yeah, has a bit more space. Has all
Okay,
the
so
minor
now
pieces.
this pin on e6 is a little bit awkward for black.
Yeah, I wonder what he's gonna do.
Maybe queen d6, then bishop f5, possibly. He could even just castle and sack the pawn and say the heck with it. I'll get my pieces active.
Yeah, that
That
might be
might
what
end
he's
up
thinking
being what
about.
happens.
Yeah,
You like that?
yeah,
Okay.
he's. It makes sense because I guess you have to you should be playing energetically with the IQP
Yep.
anyways. So
Like if knight takes, pawn takes, rook takes, knight g4, black would be twice attacking f2 plus ideas in the air of like rook f3 followed by queen h2. So Chris
yeah,
is going to have to be a little careful not to fall for some little tactical stuff there.
and if you don't take on e6, then like black's gonna play e5 and have a ton of space.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to allow that if I was white.
So you kind of have to
What
take,
else would
right?
he? Yeah, what else does he do? Yeah, yeah. Second, the pawn was on e6 was much better than defending it passively with queen d6 or something like that.
Oh man. So now,
Yeah,
so
black looks to be in good shape now with the center. Before, yeah,
yeah, this looks. This is like now Josh got everything he wanted and is not down a pawn.
bishop. Ooh, the bishop can either take on f2 or even bishop to b8 is probably good.
The
Ooh,
double check.
ouch.
Oh, that's just
Checkmate.
mate. Wow.
Exactly. With king e2, I think rook f2 was mate. So either way, it was mate.
Wow. And that's tough. Yeah, I mean, so far Josh has been showing no signs of weaknesses. Like
Yeah,
I
he's a solid player.
yeah, I'm really impressed. This reminds me of the first match I saw Justin play. Like because where Justin also seemed like he has no weaknesses. So I mean,
UPenn guys are too good. They're too solid. They got no weaknesses.
I know. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like I
Josh doesn't have the candidate master title for nothing.
yeah. I'm just really impressed here.
Yeah, this has some similarities between what was it to game 3 in the match.
Something like that, where those split pawns and
I think in that game Josh had a bishop on h4. This time he doesn't, but so Josh's only weakness is the e3 square. But Chris has like weaknesses like f5 and his king in general. In fact, knight f5 and that f5 pawn looks like it's just gone.
yeah, I guess yeah. Why not? I guess if oh no, the knight also covers e4 too. You can't even go rook e4.
True. Yeah, I think Josh is probably now deciding which way to recapture. E pawn takes would rid himself of the static weakness, but it would also allow rook e1 and bishop f4 and knight f5. Probably either way is a good way. Queen takes d4. Okay, he does neither. I figure he's choosing between A and B, and he does neither. That also happened in the other game they played in this opening. Now just queen takes d4, I would think, is
Or
close to
knight
game
takes if
over.
you really wanted to.
Knight takes, okay, good call.
I don't really know what the advantage of it though is. Oh, I
I
guess you
guess
go pawn to f5 now if you really
the
wanted to.
knight on d4 is a common way to block an isolated pawn. The knight just controls a lot of squares. Okay, he moves it right back.
I wonder if I guess the downside of like pawn to f5 is now the bishop opens up on.
That's true. It would do that. Yep.
So
I,
maybe Josh just felt like it wasn't worth it. I don't know.
I think you're right about that. Rook lift to f3 to g3 or h3.
Oh yeah, that seems pretty decent. Maybe he'll still do that after the queen moves. Oh yeah. I didn't even notice that pawn was
Queen
hanging.
d5. Okay, and then that also stops queen takes b2 because of knight d6 now.
Yeah, and the queen guards g2. It's like somehow his pieces are just completely coordinated.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't claim to know the intricacies of this opening, but somehow the bishop f6, gf6, that didn't have a good feel for black. Letting his king get ripped apart like that. Right?
yeah, I'm not really sure what he needed to do. Yeah, that rook d8 makes a lot of sense because what else are you gonna do? I mean, you're just improving your pieces there.
Forces the queen to move, but I think still white is in control of this game. If queen b2, probably rook b1 and then rook b7, I would think.
Yeah, that seems pretty logical. Um, Not sure what else you do though as black.
Right, yeah, Chris has a tough position.
I mean, I would hate to play someone that never blunders. Or I guess
Well, I'm sure a computer would poke holes with all these players play, but
yes.
yeah, you're right that Josh has not done very much that has been obviously wrong. Maybe game one.
Yeah, other than game one.
Hard to think else than that.
I guess maybe Rook D2 is coming, and now we're gonna have like maximum pressure. Try
Makes
that.
sense. Has to try it. Yeah, I guess G3 would G3 would allow Rook H2. I guess Josh doesn't really want to do that though. It is true. Okay, Rook to D2 is kind of annoying.
Yeah, can you still play it now?
Yeah, You can, yeah. Knight to G3 would probably, or knight H4 would be forced.
And then I get. Oh wait, but then how do you defend your bishop and your rook after knight h4?
Good question. Actually, there's bishop takes E3, and then if queen E3, then rook G2, and black
Oh,
will checkmate white.
oh wow.
Could this be the game where Chris gets his first win of the match?
Well, what is there? Oh wait.
Yeah, bishop E3 now.
Oh, I guess you just give up the pawn. Can't you just like
King
go?
H1. Yeah, King H1. White's still in it.
I,
That might
he's.
be what we see happen.
I guess that must be what he's calculating right now. Um, yeah, I don't see any downside
Sure,
of it.
black have queen C4 hitting both B5 and F1. So
Wow, that is.
lots of things are hanging. And 23 seconds to figure it out. Rook F2.
Wow. Okay,
Okay.
so there's a lot of things hanging.
Trying for back rank shenanigans. But okay, can white just go knight G6? What does black have on that?
96. Well, can't you just take the queen? I guess that's.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, we're hitting the queen. That would be a good thing to notice. True. Okay.
Wow, this is so. Wow.
Josh is down under 15.
And there's 26 seconds left of the
Okay, all
second
right.
time
Josh
control.
playing it super safe. G3. So now that there's no mate with queen A1, queen G1, the king runs away. Well, actually, wait. Queen A1, king G2, queen G1, king H3, queen F1 would have forked white's rook on B5.
Wait, there's 9 seconds left of the first time control. Could we see a resignation and then so Chris can get one more game in? And looks like no.
Either he doesn't want to or he didn't think about it.
He might have not thought about it. But yeah, now I've seen Chris do it before though in one of the matches.
So right after Josh played G3, I think that Chris had queen A1, queen G1, queen F1. One plus one. My
All
skill,
right.
the math major tells me that that's 2.
All right, let me start this third time control now. Okay.
Ooh, okay. A regular Pierce. First time we've seen that in the match, I think.
But yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, we saw a check Pirk with C6 for black, but this is the first classical Pirk. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I swear in one of Chris's past matches, he like resigned a game to get another one, and then it was like a tie or something like that. It was Chris has had some really exciting matches.
So,
but unfortunately,
the concept of resigning or like at the last minute to get another game is something that he's familiar with. He's thought about it.
It's happened before, yeah. But so far, I mean, Josh has been playing just so well. It's. And I guess we'll get to see his bullet skills on display here.
Oh, I see. The ratings are different because the first 2 segments used the blitz classification by chess.com, and this is bullet. So
correct, yeah.
Looks like I see the rating gap between the 2 of them is greater in bullet.
Yeah, it looks like I was like looking a bit on Josh's account. It looks like he's not he doesn't play too much on chess.com, so he might be like Alex and like only oh no.
Ooh, B2 is gonna fall.
Yeah, I mean.
Also, another observation, I have to make this observation before we are done tonight, is that I don't think that the London kid has played the London one time so far, has he?
No, I think you're right. You'll have to mention that to him. I believe it's because Josh might be from London. I actually don't know. I know he's.
True. He has.
I should double check what federation he represents, but I think he might be the UK.
True. That's what that means. Okay, and all this time I thought it was a reference to the opening.
Oh man.
Well, there must be some kid out there who does play the London, like or 1,000 of them, who are sad that they don't get to have that username.
Oh man, Josh is playing so well. I mean,
Okay, first game of the bullet portion is one of Josh's most decisive wins in the whole match, I think.
yeah, definitely. Man,
Catalan kid.
wow.
Haven't seen one of them before either.
I've never. I don't think I've ever seen that.
They're both playing fast
96
enough
like that.
with more than their original minute to leave me the impression that they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I actually didn't know you could play 96 so early like that and give
Yeah,
back the pawn like that.
I think it is one of the numerous ways to play against the Catalan.
Yeah, so I should keep that in mind because
The
that's
Catalan's popular. White, especially players who don't like to be attacked, just like to get a safe quarter pawn or so advantage with no risk. That's what looks like Josh has succeeded in getting that.
yeah, definitely.
So I'm not sure what Chris can do to stop the A pawn from just going down the board. Okay, he's going to play rook takes e3 and hope to salvage a perpetual somehow.
Back rank mate is being threatened and a queen trade is being threatened. Oh,
Okay, he
can't you
goes for it.
just? Oh no, you go bishop d8, I guess. If queen b8.
True. But yeah, queen d3 doesn't help because d8 will be covered twice.
Oh, and there's just gonna be forks again. No. Wait, what's the follow up? Is it just gonna be like a draw? What's the What happens if you just go queen or just take immediately? Yeah, queen b8 and then take, or just take immediately. Is it?
Does Chris have a draw here? I think. Oh, queen e2. Okay, queen e2, queen h5 doesn't work because the white queen covers h5. But does this work? I don't know. I'm not even sure if Chris knows. I bet that Chris is just figuring, well, the a pawn's gonna slowly and surely squeeze me. So
And wow, no
already
checks.
Chris is out of checks.
Wow, that
Nice
is.
defense there by Josh.
I'm just impressed that he's out of checks like that.
Okay, but okay.
Wait, did you
Chris
have to
is out
resign?
of
Wait,
Oh,
oh,
if
queen
king
e4.
h7, queen e4 trades the
Oh
queens. Yeah.
man.
Okay, now we have I was going to say King's Indian.
So at this point, with an 8 point lead, so Chris definitely can't win. So it's for the elo, for the glory at this point.
So this segment's only 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So making up a difference of 8 points in what, about 12 or 13, whatever is left, is
It's 10 minutes
probably
now.
not
Yeah.
possible. Okay.
Yep. Unless Chris gets a series of checkmates, which is unlikely with how Josh is playing so far. It looks like he's probably lost this match.
He's going to get 3,141 checkmates.
Yeah, one could hope.
Seems like a lot of players in this tournament are math fans. That's not exactly a surprise.
Yeah.
Remember, Alex was a math major at Penn, I recall.
Yes.
Chris is a math and music major, I believe, at Lehigh.
Yeah, we got some non-math majors though, or non-engineering majors too. I think I think Josh is actually not a STEM major. I forget which major he is.
Yeah, I don't really know Josh at all. What's obviously he's good at he goes to UPenn, so he's obviously really good at whatever he's interested in.
Wait, let me actually pull up. I wonder if I can just pull up his facts card. He has a few fun facts. He's a #2 player in DC. He is.
Oh, Josh is from DC. Okay, I didn't even know that.
I guess his USCF, he represents DC, I guess, for USCF. But I believe his federation is still the UK. We should ask him.
Okay.
And then where is it? Yeah, he's studying philosophy, politics, and economics, which I guess economics is math-y.
Yeah, interesting combination there.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that's still sort of math. Economics is math.
The current age we live in is definitely a hot time to mention the word politics, to say the least.
So what is happening? Okay, so looks like Chris is just gobbling
While we were
everything.
talking, Chris is about to collect his first win of the match.
Better than to have no wins. So
maybe that's what'll help Chris get back in the match. Is we just have to talk about nothing related to chess throughout the entire game.
Yeah, we were. If for all the Chris fans, I know maybe that was a strategy all along.
I'm sure that winning one game feels infinitely better to Chris than winning 0 games would have felt.
Yeah. Yes. I know. On the topic earlier of resigning when you don't necessarily have to get another game going. I mean, the first PA Collegiate Speed Chess Championship finals between Mitch and Chris, they were doing that left and right. Every time one of them got a winning position in like the beginning, they just resigned. Next game. It was actually really
So
interesting.
either they just wanted to maximize how many games they play because they love playing, or they have such deep respect for the etiquette of the game that neither one of them would dare to breach that etiquette.
I think it's because of judging from their decision in the previous matches, I would imagine it's to get another game in, but I don't know.
That's
It could be any number.
Well, what's the average number of games per match? It's like around close to 20.
I actually don't know. I
Right.
think so. If you look at Justin Lee's record for uh, in the last year's event, he he only lost 6 games each match, but then he won one less game in each further round. So in the first game,
Okay.
he won 12-6. Or in the first round he played, he won 12-6. Second round, he won 11-6. Last, in the finals, he won 10-6.
Okay.
So I think probably 16-18 or,
16. Okay.
like maybe 16-20. Uh, and right now they're coming up to 16 games. So I think probably
I do
around that.
recall one match in the first round that went well over 20, but I guess that one was an anomaly.
Yeah.
Ooh, nasty fork there on E4.
Yeah, and looks like he's just cleaning this one up. I guess the knight on e4 is pinned, but you can't really take advantage of it at all.
Right, yeah, it's covered by the other knight, and yeah.
But you have rook g2 check.
The rook can go to the G2 square, so there's still hope.
Yes, indeed. Um, as his mate, and it looks like there's still another
The
5 minutes.
old the Arabian mate there. What they call
Yes.
that. Modern defense with D. I wonder, was D5 a mouse slip or is that a real line? It might be a real line. Another question for Josh in the post game show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Push the H pawn, caveman chess.
I like it. Yeah, and
Yes, both players are probably in. I don't care. I don't feel like, or maybe I shouldn't say I don't care. They're in. I don't feel like thinking mode at this point.
yeah,
I mean,
you're
I
you're
certainly
you're
would be.
probably right. Yeah. After I guess it's almost no, probably an hour and 30 by this point because some of their
They're
games have gone overtime. So
they're
probably
thinking ahead, looking. They're looking forward to the post match interviews.
and getting back to schoolwork as a
Yeah, you're right. Right, as we said last time. Right.
yeah. Uh, so position is equal, and that now f4 just has that beautiful square. So and that
Yeah.
bishop
Okay. Yeah.
one.
Black. Yeah. Black does have some compensation for his. Oh, I thought Black was a pawn down. He's not even a pawn down. I have to work on my counting ability.
Yeah, bishop's pinned.
So yeah, Bishop G2. Is Black winning here? I guess he is. Yeah. Thought White was doing well earlier in the game, but now, yeah, that G pawn looks unstoppable.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, white is all tied down. That's 2 connected passers. Oh, wow. I guess it's G2. Ugh.
And Knight King F2, Knight H3. That's a cute finish.
Wow. Man. You got a knight. Never give up.
there are puzzles where see a bishop and knight do dance around and trap a queen, but I won't hold my breath waiting for it in this case.
Yeah, you give a million checks here, and surely one of them got to be a fork of the knight
Yes,
and the king.
I guess Josh has to be a little careful not to check back and forth into a repetition, but
I'm
that's
sure. Yeah,
probably
it's
not a huge danger of that happening.
yeah.
So answer a check with a check.
Love to see it.
Every day.
No, not every day. It's actually an interesting thought of like how do I guess you win this with your A pawn.
If both of the A pawns come off, then black would have to watch out about white setting up a fortress. But with the A pawn, that's probably going to kill that idea.
Yeah. Now. Yeah. How do you win this? You
Yeah,
just bring in your
with,
king and start
without the knight,
checking.
with just a bishop. Yeah, with just a bishop, I think you just play on the dark squares and it's easy.
All right. I guess Josh agrees with you. Just
Yeah,
cornering the king and.
if white still have the knight, like if you could set up the bishop, knight, and pawn in a way that all three of them guard one another, then black might have more difficulties.
And it looks like we still got a minute and 25 seconds left. So
one more game.
One more game. One more.
Two if it's a really quick game.
Yeah, that can happen. That can happen. I've never. What is this? Is that pawn sacrifice normal?
I suspect that Chris probably made it up. I don't know what this is called. Chess.com says this is the Indian game Knights variation.
Which says nothing.
That tells me nothing, right?
Yeah. And
it's a little bit resembling the Queen's Indian, but without Josh didn't go C4. He went knight BD2 and C3. So
all right, I'm gonna go prepare.
I would file this under the heading of offbeat D4 openings.
Okay. Yeah, well, there's a lot of those. A lot of offbeat openings.
3. Okay, I like E3. Chris going for the checkmate on G2. Joshua stopping it right away.
Well, you gotta go for at least.
Okay, F4, F3. Joshua stops that as well. So Josh is stopping everything that Chris wants to do. That's been, I guess, kind of the theme throughout the match.
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. Didn't mean any offense at all.
I don't know. I'm sure he does not take offense. Josh has been playing so well. I mean, I don't even know what to say. I'm flabbergasted. Like by how well Josh has been playing. So.
So are Joshua and Justin the top 2 seeds in this tournament?
Yeah, Joshua and Justin, and then the 2 CMU players who are left, Baron and Dave, are the next 2. So CMU and UPenn are the top 4 seeds combined, and
okay.
So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Dave and Baron do.
Josh and Justin are potentially on a collision course to meet in the finals.
Correct.
Unless Alex, another UPenn guy, has something to say about that.
Yeah, correct. Or Baron too, and Dave and Michael Romero. They're still in this.
That's right. My buddy Michael's still in this thing. Oh, I don't get to interview Chris? Oh, how sad. I heard Chris said he had to leave.
Yeah, so for the stream...
So the winner is required by law to do an interview, but the loser is not. Is that how it works?
Correct. And we're going to go to the waiting screen and set up for a second, and then we'll be back shortly.
Okay.
All right, I had to stop Josh from answering a question. So Josh is in the middle for viewers watching. And so Pete, you got a question for Josh. What was your question?
I forgot already. Oh yeah, I know that's right. I was observing how Josh plays like almost every opening there is, which is great for a format like this because it makes it nearly impossible for your opponent to prepare for you.
I mean that yeah, I figured also it makes it more fun when I do that. So I figured I'd just like try to play a different opening every time, get some new positions, like have some fun. And I don't like know that much I use theory per se, but I don't know, I've played a lot of blitz in my life, so I have some kind of I have like some vague sense of what to do in these positions. So
Yeah, I
but
was gonna say if you play something you don't know, but you get a feel for the patterns, that's as valuable or more valuable than memorizing the moves out of a book.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, I mean, I definitely wanted to keep it keep it tactical because it's more fun that way. And I think in this format that works well. But yeah, there were lots of. I mean, I thought Chris played very well. There were definitely some games, like especially the first one that I probably was completely.
There was only two games in which I thought I saw a win for Chris. At the end of game one, I think he had queen to d4, forking your king on g1 and your knight on d6, if I remember correctly, or your bishop, whatever piece was on d6. And then I think the last game of the second segment, after you had played g3, I thought he had a series of queen checks, like with queen a1 check, queen g1 check, queen f1 check, picking up your rook on b5.
Yes.
But of course, you both.
Although I believe I'm actually. I think after he takes the rook, I think I can take on.
You take his rook on e6, and is he winning a minor piece there? I don't remember.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That got a little hectic that game.
But anyway, you were very rarely in trouble in any of the games except for those, and yeah, you just outplayed him.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, lots of I would say though it kind of. I just think the positions got pretty messy. I know there was one game where I played, I don't know, knight a3 at the end or some point. That game was like a total mess. I had no idea what was going on. So I think that sums up.
Knight a3. Was that the game where you were playing a Perk or Modern with Black and he had castled long and you were like trying to mate him on b2 for a while?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I had no idea what was going on there.
I apologize. I'm hogging all the interview time. Nate's supposed to be.
No, you are good. I love this. You're asking really good questions. I just found it really funny, Josh, that you say like, oh, the game's really messy from a layman who's not a master. I'm just like, wow, Josh is navigating all the complications so well, and I'm just like, because it just seemed like because I've watched Chris's match. This is Chris's third time playing in this event. And over the course of me watching it from like 2 years ago, last year, this year, I was like, I think Chris is very good at making things complicated and not making it easy for his opponent. But from my perspective, I was like, oh my gosh, Josh is just like navigating it. And like actually, so I find it funny that you said like it was just really messy and stuff like that when it seemed like you had a handle on it for the most part.
Yeah, I mean there were some end games. I think some of the games were draws. He definitely outplayed me in that one king and pawn end game where I completely missed. He had g4. I totally missed that. I thought it was like, I don't know, maybe, but yeah, definitely instructive. Yeah, for sure.
And then Nate, that's a game that I forget what we were talking about. We were having some off-topic conversations. We didn't give Chris's first, and was that his only win of the match? The coverage it deserved, I guess. Sorry, Chris.
Yeah, sorry, Chris. Yeah, I think we were talking about you, Josh, and your federation is the United Kingdom ? Okay, yeah. Because we were talking about why your name was London Kid.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I made a silly remark that the London Kid hasn't played to London once, and I was thinking it was for the opening. And Nate's like, no, actually, I think London refers to his federation. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's correct. Yeah, I actually grew up. I mean, I'm American, but I grew up in England and started playing chess there. So I have like the foreign federation because I played there, and like there's absolutely no reason to change it because it's being a foreign player like gives you some advantages in tournaments in terms of discount. Like that also I don't know. I started playing there. I feel some kind of a.
Yeah. How long have you been living in the U.S.?
Since about like start of middle school, I would say.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah.
Are you the same? So when I look up like Josh Altman chess, like there's this kid who pops up from like 2014. Is that like a different Josh Altman, or is that you, Josh Altman? That's like because it's like the youngest candidate master in the UK ever, Is that the same Josh Altman, or is this another Josh Altman that just happens to also be a candidate master?
No,
I
that would
bet
be.
it's
I
him.
mean, I don't know if that's definitely not true anymore. But I played some youth tournament when I was much younger, and I don't know if they still do this. But if you perform well, they give you a like a CM or FM title. So
Oh,
I had
really?
the title when I was younger. I don't know if that.
Yeah, I think
You know,
that's
that
true. I don't know the details, but I've
but yeah, it was like
seen kids
1,500
around here
days,
get
actually.
FM, CM, IM for not through the usual rating or norm processes, but just by winning one youth event somewhere somehow.
Oh, okay. Well, that was just a burning question. Like I just had to ask it. I was so, okay. That is so cool fact. So cool fact.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, I
yeah,
enjoyed watching the match. Good play. I mean, Nate commented how Chris has been resilient in other matches, but I'm sure Josh, you're the strongest opponent he's played in the 3 years, probably. Although played Jeffrey Cudell, he's pretty good too.
I think probably your combined, like Josh's combined blitz and bullet rating is probably the highest compared to any of Chris's previous opponents. But yeah, no, great match. I guess Josh, like, do you know who your next opponent might be? Have you taken a look at the bracket yet?
I mean, I think it might be it could be Alex. I know, or Baron. I think
Yes.
from what I looked
Yeah.
at, and yeah, I mean, Alex and I have played tons and tons of games, so that would be a fun one. But obviously, Baron's like a master, like very strong opponent, so that'll be a great match.
Yeah. So I'm curious. So against Alex, do you feel like you're the favorite? I guess Baron, you can't really speak to it because since you haven't really played him. But how do you feel about your if Alex does make it through? Like how do you feel about against the other UPenn players? I guess like
Yeah, I think it will be very. I think it would be. I think it would be very even. I mean, he's obviously like his FIDE was almost 2,300, so he's like obviously a very strong player, and I think it would be pretty. I think it would be pretty even, and yeah, I think it would be a good match. And then obviously Justin, the rating champion, is very very strong. I think he would be the favorite against me for sure. But I think Alex and I would probably be like, I guess, on paper for this match, evenly matched, and it'd be a very contested, I would say. And same for Baron too. I'm sure would be, I think would be very even as well.
Do you guys all at UPenn get to play each other much over the board, like Skittles, chess club practices, or are you all so busy in your studies that you never have time for that?
No, we definitely find time. And also we saw Nathan at the Pan American tournament too, which Alex, Justin, I, and Dan, another very strong player from Penn.
Oh,
played.
the Pan Am Intercollegiate Championship held just after the new year.
Exactly. Yeah. So our team was funny enough. Alex, Justin, me, and then Dan, another player. So we have lots of experience like playing and also preparing against each other. So I think we have a good sense of what each of us plays and our playing styles. But obviously online, we haven't really ever played online chess together. So it'll be interesting, the format difference, as there's definitely some differences.
How did y'all do in that? I remember back when that tournament used to be dominated by schools that gave chess scholarships, like the UMBC and UTDs and those schools of the world.
Yeah, still the same. Yeah, I would say I'm dominating, but and we did decent showing. We played like, I mean, no, it's so strong. It probably gets stronger every year, but I think I think we were pretty happy with how we played. We had some games where if we had a couple results go different, a couple moves made differently on my part, totally as well, it could have gone differently. But I think we all had fun though, which is I think the most important part.
That is the most important thing for sure.
Alrighty. Pete, do you have any other questions at all, or?
No, I guess we covered everything I had in mind. So yeah, congratulations, Josh. Looking forward to see you at in the finals of this event and also in tournaments over the board. We'll see you in Cherry Hill or whatever place we both playing at.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, thank you for the viewers watching. We'll end the stream here, and thank you, Josh, again for playing. And I'm excited to see who you play, whether it's Baron or Alex. I'm in for a treat.
Yeah, I'm as well. Thank you both.
Yep,
Okay.
Thank you.